Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Samso from Samsotech, and today we're back at you with another new video. So here we go. This is the review for the Acer C720. I've been using this Chromebook for several weeks now, and I've discovered a lot of things that are wrong with it, but a lot of things that are great with it. So even though it has its faults, it still has a lot of positives. So I'll pretty much go through this in this video. So let's begin with the pros first, just to keep your sanity in check. So first of all, the battery life. It is comparable to the most battery-saving laptops or power-saving laptops on the market. It beats most of them. So I've gotten around 9 hours of usage at all times from this Chromebook, and it has really served me well for long sessions outdoors. Secondly, the design is honestly really solid. It has a nice feeling in the hand, although it's still plastic. So it feels somewhat hefty, which kind of gives it a really solid feel, but it still maintains the borderline weight. Another positive would be its performance. It serves as average, above average web surfer, so you'll get plenty of speed while going through websites such as Facebook or YouTube. However, if you keep too many of these tabs open, it will eventually reach its limit. With only 2 gigs of RAM at its base model, you can only have around 9 to 10 tabs, and your RAM will start kind of faltering by then. And my usage with it, however, it's gone through with it without me being too irritated with the performance. So basically, all the good things has to come to an end, and the negatives are honestly pretty harsh. So first of all, the TN display is honestly terrible. You will not find any more terrible display on the market than this one. It has terrible viewing angles, the colors are terrible, and it's really a deal breaker for almost every single person. This is not for you to spend $200 just to watch movies. This is not going to be one of them. So if you're going to only be typing things up or just looking through really basic websites, then that's completely fine. But if the display is a massive issue, you'll be better off spending it on a tablet. Alright, so the 2 gigs of RAM. It might be plenty for a lot of people, but it won't be enough for hardcore users. One will quickly run out of RAM and slow down very soon if they open up too many tabs. I've noticed quite a bit of slowdown while pressing the search button on the left side of the keyboard. It takes about 1.5 seconds to actually show up on the screen, which is an absolute eternity if you're trying to do something quickly. Alright, so next to the expected parts. So out of this $200 piece of tech, the sacrifices had to be made. So the sacrifice here had to be the keyboard. The keyboard is borderline horrible. It is a very mediocre chiclet keyboard, along with the mousepad, which are both really borderline. The mousepad is better than certain laptops that are running Windows, but there has to be a certain standard here because the Chromebook is only about using Chrome OS. It's just not that great. It's not bad enough where you can't type on it or bad enough where you can't web surf on it, but it's still bad. They are cheap, but they are usable if you are really basic. Alright, the next thing we have here are the webcam. The webcam is very bad. It is very grainy. It loses pretty much every single bit of pixel the moment you reach any kind of dark area. So it's very grainy, it's very soft. Alright, it's only meant for the casual hangout calls. Anything other than that, you are not going to be happy with it. So honestly, I have a thing for this Chromebook. If I could, I would not knock off these many points. But for the average user, if you really need to use basic applications such as Google Drive, web surfing, or something you really need to find cheap and effective, then this is for you. The most basic applications such as Angry Birds or just really basic Pocket, things like that, you will find it on the Chrome Store, but you will not find anything beyond the most basic applications. So keep your standards rather low, okay? Alright, so putting the C720 in comparison to any other Chromebook on the market, it'll beat them straight out of the water. Alright, as of right now, it'll beat them straight out of the water. The price tag, the performance, the battery life, pretty much beats out every other competition. but sacrifices has to be made on a cheap laptop like this. Notice how I said